Alright.
It's recording.
Techno, you ready?
Yes, I am.
Don't give me that fucking attitude.
What?
There's a blooper.
It's that time again for another not-so-normal gaming podcast, featuring your hosts, MrTechnoSqueek.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Nostalgic Dan 1.
Everything I feel is in this sword. Good.
Come on!
And Quick Freeze 4.
Don't worry. I'll handle the bad guys.
This is a podcast you want to listen to, but first, you gotta press start.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Press Start Podcast. This is going to be episode 31.
Yes.
That is correct. The big 3-1.
3-1.
Every episode's big.
Not a very important number, but it's big this time. And I am your
That's
host.
what she said.
Whoa, jeez, man. We're getting a little dirty early.
Like that.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I am one of your hosts, Quick Freeze 4. And as always, I am here with the wonderful, super sexy, super purple MrTechnoSqueek.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. With the purple shit. God
Dude,
damn.
You're always purple. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm doing fantastic. And
You're what? Come on.
It's horrible.
No fantastic.
Ban that word.
Call you
Man.
Mr. Fantastic.
Oh my god. Yeah. So I'm doing epically awesome.
Use a damn thesaurus.
Okay, and our other wonderful co-host, the one, the only, Mr. Nostalgic himself, Nostalgic Dan 1.
Yes.
How are you, Dan?
I am exquisite. How about that?
See, he didn't use fantastic.
I'm not smart, like, you know.
You know what? Just say great next time.
Awesome.
There
Okay.
you go. Use that one instead.
That's fantastic.
And again, we are joined with Mikeysmonarch. This guy has been on the podcast so many times. We just love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess who's back? Back again.
I know it's bad.
Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Okay, have any of you guys heard that song?
Yes.
I
No.
refuse to listen to music.
Just checking.
All right, so yeah, we got Mikeysmonarch back with us again. That's
Howdy.
awesome.
Awesome.
All right. But we're gonna change things up a little tonight. We're gonna actually do listener questions first because I have to leave halfway through this episode, so we're just gonna rearrange the segments a little bit. So bear with us, and we are gonna do questions.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
What time is
Yeah.
it?
I don't think we need it.
No,
We still need it. It's tradition.
technically we need it. Come on, just do it.
It's tradition.
It's question time!
I hate that thing.
Glass breaking everywhere.
That's when you know you're good.
There we say.
All right. Our first question is from Jake, and he asks, the most ridiculous thing that you have shouted out in rage at a game. Mine has to be, oh, that's okay, just kill me. I'm not, like, I need to beat this level or anything. So he's asking you, what is the most ridiculous thing you say when you are playing a game?
This happened just a minute ago with Wheel of Fortune.
Well,
I
Gabe.
said, fuck this game. I want to go make some pancakes.
You really say you want to make pancakes?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Can I have some pancakes?
No. They're all mine.
Supposed to
Come
share.
on. Selfish.
They're blueberry too.
Oh, screw you. Dude, blueberries, shit.
I know.
Well, what about you, Dan? What do you scream when you play games?
I don't know. Surprisingly, I do, like, if I get pissed or I do cuss and stuff, but recently it was a game I was playing. I was on the final boss, and I'll talk about it when we're talking about games we've been playing recently, but this boss is insanely hard, and he let's just say he basically like full healed when I was about to beat him. So I'm like, and it was late at night too, and I was like, you know what? Like I say it sarcastically with a sarcastic tone. I'm just like, well, fuck me then, and then I just turned the system off. I'm like, fuck this. I can't
Now,
do
was
this.
it Final Fantasy that you were raging at?
No, it was Persona 3, the final boss, and that is ridiculous when I talk about him. He's insane. What about you, Clive?
Uh, I kind of have two personal favorites, and okay, of course, I usually, typical swearing, whatever. But I have two personal favorites. One is when I get so pissed, I usually say this game is fucking jerking me off,
Yeah.
and I just get so mad. I say that all the time. And then the second thing I say a lot, and this actually happened recently when I was playing Mass Effect 3, and I say this a lot. I say, man, I so wish this game was fucking fun. And like I say that right when like it really gets to the point where it's like really tedious and boring, and I'm so pissed off. I just say, man, I really wish this game was fucking fun. I really do. And I'm just like I'm in that mode where like I can't stop playing because I just want to beat it. But I say that one all the time.
Classic. What about you, Mikey?
Well, it kind of depends because I used to shout out a lot of curse words. I still do. Like I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to be a changed man here. But uh, basically, my cousin, every time I'm online now and cursing at Uncharted, he catches me. And if I say bullshit, he catches me and makes me say bull spit. And
Some
so
bullshit.
I'm trying to change my like terminology now. Like I have a word for everything, like mother trucker and ridiculousness like that. So I'm trying not to curse, but I think I already have like 3 times this episode. So achievement unlocked.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Our next question is from Nick. He asks, "What is the rarest game you own?" Mine is DuckTales 2 for the NES.
Oh, God.
I'll actually go first. I also have DuckTales 2. I have Chip and Dale's 2 for the NES. That one's kind of rare. I have the two Zelda CDI games, the Wand of Gamelon and the Faces of Evil. Those are kind of rare. I got Mega Man 8 for the Sega Saturn. That one's kind of rare. I think. I got Mega Man X3. I believe that one's kind of rare too for the Super Nintendo. I got a few of them that are probably rare, but that's it. That's all I'm gonna say right now.
Yeah. For me, like, I've mentioned this before, like, I'm not aware of rarity. I know I have, like, tons of games that are worth more than, like, MSRP. They basically appreciate in value, but right off the top of my head, I have, like, Super Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo. That's my childhood copy. It's, like, mint, too. Of course, I recently bought this a while back. Pierre Solar on the Sega Genesis. And, well, Radiant Historia for a long time was regarded as one of the rarest DS games. So I have that. And also on the DS, I have a first print run copy of Nights in the Nightmare. The game itself isn't like, well, it's kind of rare just a game by itself, but just to give you an idea, I've never really seen a first print run copy like surface like anywhere for sale, so I have no idea what that's worth. It's hard to find. Etrian Odyssey 3, stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and my Hyperdimension Neptunium Mark II box set, which I found out they only made about 1,000 of those. So yeah, that's pretty rare.
Yeah, I would say that one would be rare.
Yeah.
What about you, Techno?
Sonic 2. No.
That's not rare.
Mario Brothers Duck Hunt, super rare.
No. Shit. Mine would probably have to be Super Mario RPG.
I wish I had that game.
Fuck.
It's a good one.
Yeah. I can't
Um,
think of any more.
I would say my rarest one. I would have to say stadium events, and you won't
Shit.
believe. No.
Shit.
He
I call
lies.
bullspit on that. Bullspit.
Bullshit.
I call bullspit.
Killer Instinct. What's
Exactly.
Killer Instinct? it's made by Rare, but is it Rare? No. I don't have, to be honest, I don't have a lot of Rare games anymore because let's just say this: 2008, worst year of my life. I had tons of Super Nintendo, Nintendo, PS2, PS1, the whole nine, and my mom sold my collection at a garage sale without my permission for $20.
Gay.
Yeah, I was like in my room just like staring at my airsoft pistol, like gonna hold it to my head. But that one ain't done anything. I'm not like that. But I don't know. The most recent one that I picked up that's pretty rare is Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. Any of you guys played it?
Yeah, I have.
No.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of rare, but that's like the most recent rare one I picked up. So now it's like I'm trying to collect some rare games now and try to recoup the collection. So yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Awesome.
See, our next question is from Brent. He says, "What is the most you've ever paid for a game slash console?"
Wait. Like for a console or the game or both?
I don't know. He just says most spent money on a game slash console. So I guess either a game or a console.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. For me, top of my head, was it Final Fantasy 13 2 was what, $80? That was a collector's edition. Um, I think my most expensive system was my PlayStation 3 that came with the infamous 2 bundle. I think that was what, 300, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would have to go with those two.
Yeah. For most expensive game for me is I bought the Catherine Love Is Over Deluxe Edition day one when that came out. That was $80, and
You're
for
still wearing the boxers too.
I never took them off. And for
Nice.
for systems like, I bought the 3DS and all that, but I think the most expensive I paid for it was like 300 when they price dropped the Xbox 360 Pro system. So yeah.
Mikey.
Um, I would say my most expensive system I've paid for is PS3, and I got that right after my Xbox burnout because I was kind of fed up with it, and it cost like 400 when I got it. So that's probably my most expensive I bought, and then most expensive game. I remember Batman Arkham Asylum when that came out. I bought that right, like pre-ordered it, everything. First game I have ever pre-ordered. Get it? I think it was like 125, the
The,
collector's edition.
yeah, the one with that batarang.
Yeah, and then who knew? A few months later, it'd go down to $75 at Walmart, and they still have it to this day. And I think I shot myself in the foot with that decision because I don't know. I'm a big Batman fan, so I have to own everything right when it comes out. So yeah, that was a bad decision. What about you, Techno?
Um, it would probably the PS3 for console, but I can't think of a game because I got Batman Arkham Asylum and Infamous 1 and Dark Knight all together with the PS3.
It's a good deal.
And, yeah, and shit, I don't know about game. I mean, I bought
Don't you buy like a lot of rare or Famicom games or something?
Oh yeah.
um yeah, but they're not expensive. I find
Oh,
them like my latest one, Ninja Gaiden 3, which was only like $15.
Not bad.
So yeah, I don't
so you
know.
can't think of anything? Okay.
Nope.
All right, moving on. This one's from Justin, and this one's he has two. He has one question and a request. The question is for Techno. He says, "Can Techno personally break my kneecaps?"
Yes.
Yes, I can.
But
There you
with
go.
what? With what?
Yeah, with what?
My Dazzle.
What?
Take a couple swings with that.
Yeah.
Wait, what did he say? What did you say?
A dazzle.
What the hell's a
Capture
dazzle?
device.
Capture card.
Oh,
A shitty capturing device.
What'd you think he said?
A Dazzler. I don't know.
That's-
I was thinking about the X-Men character or
Oh
something.
yeah.
Whatever. All right. And he has something else. This is a request, and he says, "We all know Clive is a brony, and in the
course.
newest episode of the Press Start podcast, he was asked if he could sing the My Little
Oh
Pony
my
Friendship and
God.
Magic theme song on YouTube." So I'm presuming a challenge to you, dear sir. But I will cut you some slack, and that is for you. You have two choices. You could either make a YouTube video of you singing, or you could sing it on the next podcast. Ha ha ha! Good luck, man. And he wrote this on the forums, and I actually, said something back, and I said I will sing the My Little Pony
Yes.
Friendship and Magic theme song
yes.
for you guys on this podcast.
Oh
And
my God.
Techno,
Everyone
shut
else,
up. I'm,
mute.
oh, he's gonna mute me. All right, I'm gonna sing this theme song, and you guys are gonna like it.
Kill it.
All
Go.
right, ready?
Auto tune it. Auto tune it.
Shut up. Let me do this. All right. All right. My little pony, my little pony, ah, my little pony. I used to wonder what friendship could be, my little pony, until you shared its magic with me. Big adventure, tons of fun, beautiful heart, faithful and strong, sharing kindness, it's an easy feat. The magic makes me all complete, my little pony. Do you know you're all my very best friends? Bam, done.
I want to hang myself.
Fuck you
I don't
guys.
know if I should be impressed or just like, weirded out that you know the whole entire song by
He's
heart.
American Idol bound.
All right, well there you go. There's My Little Pony Friendship is Magic theme song for you, dear sir Justin. Hope you enjoyed it.
That was beautiful.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
That was a good question.
That was a that wasn't a question. It
That
was
was
a
a
comment.
request.
It was a request. Uh, Techno, you honestly didn't like me singing.
Oh no.
You know what? Fuck you then.
Let's make Go sing a song. Let's make him get up here and sing.
No, no.
Yeah, sing the hamburger.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Nope.
Yeah,
Do
sing the
that.
McDonald's theme.
Fuck
Do it,
that.
Techno. Come on, it's easy. Go. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
You
It's
already
easy.
did it, so
Now you
Do it.
got
I
it. We
want to
all
hear
did
your.
it.
moving on.
I want to
Moving
hear your
on.
version. No, no, no. Do it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Clava, you suck.
That was the amended version.
Wow. I'm impressed.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
All right. The last question is from Tempest, and I think this is kind of just for me. He says, "What are you looking forward to the most at PAX?" But technically, you're going to PAX Prime, so you could probably answer this too. But let's see. What I'm looking forward to, I'm looking for the Nintendo booth. I'm wanting to grab some Kid Icarus AR cards.
Yes.
I am looking forward to the Square Enix booth. I want to play the Final Fantasy rhythm game for the 3DS.
Are they gonna have that there?
That I heard they were. It's not confirmed, but I heard by listening to another podcast they were. Um, I'm looking forward to a couple concerts. I'm looking forward to the Keith Addercarry panel. I'm looking forward to the Create a Strip panel, and I'm also looking forward to the big YouTube community meetup.
And the Booth Babes.
Oh yeah.
Can't
I
forget
forgot
about
about
them.
that.
Yep, and them.
Quality.
Techno, what are you looking forward to when you go to PAX?
The YouTube meetup, because that's what I'm really going there for, to meet everyone, face to face, and getting to play some games that aren't out yet. I don't know what games are gonna be there because this will be my first PAX to go to, and
Nice.
yeah, and Dorky's Arcade.
No.
Oh yeah.
Quality.
And Mikey, Dan, you're not. Are you ever going to a PAX?
Never.
Never. All right.
No.
Yeah,
Alright.
we
Maybe.
never want to go there.
Sorry.
I would go to PAX Prime. Never PAX East. That's too far.
Yeah.
But PAX Prime is just right there.
Yep, agreed.
Well, if you guys go to a PAX, what would you most likely want to see there?
The Booth Babes.
The booth babes.
No. All seriousness, like maybe Borderlands 2 if they had it there, or Little Big Planet karting. Rock Band Glitz. Anyone hear about that?
I've heard
I just
about
heard.
that, but
Yeah,
don't
I
know
just
what
heard
it
about that
is.
today. Yeah, I
It's
heard it's
almost
like.
like a racer. It's weird.
Weird.
Wait a minute, Rock Band Blitz is a racer?
It's in a way like it's still a music game, but like if you listen to the past All Gen Gamers episode, it kind of reminds me of Audio Surf.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
quality.
Yeah. So I don't know. I want to see some gameplay of that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I would go for, obviously, to meet up with all the YouTube people, meet with people you've been talking to. And more than anything, I would honestly, if I went to one of these, I'd try and get contacts, basically. Just, even if these companies shut me down, just to pick up as many business cards as possible and talk to these people, get in contact with people in the actual industry. And
no,
that's
cool,
honestly it.
cool. But that's all our questions, guys. So
Yay!
yay! Thank you for all the questions.
That was
You guys
fantastic.
rock.
Don't say fantastic.
Yay.
So what do you guys want to do next? Games we've been playing, or
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. What
or
games have you been
McDonald's?
playing?
It's either games we've been playing or apparently McDonald's.
Let's just
Well,
end the podcast and go get McDonald's. Sound good?
There we
that
go.
sounds good.
Bye,
Love you
guys.
guys. See you.
Bye, guys.
Great
Later.
episode, guys.
I'm still here.
Oh, that was awesome.
Oh, God.
Right. Yeah, so why don't we get into games we've been playing?
Let's do that.
We'll start with we'll start with Dan.
Okay, I played a few games, not a whole lot. The first big one is I actually played and finished and beat Persona 3 finally after 93 plus hours to clear the main story. That just gives you an idea how long these like Persona games are. Like that's just to clear the main story. It took 90 plus hours, which is like average. But let me tell you, like I'm not gonna spoil the boss. I'm just gonna say the boss is one of the most challenging bosses I've ever fought in like RPG history. This guy was insane. Like this, like he has the most forms of like any boss I've ever fought before. You know how some bosses have like multiple forms and stuff. Well, think of the most forms you've seen for a boss and times that by like 3 or 4. Like this is that boss. But more than anything is later on in the fight he switches to like his final arcana or whatever. And there's like, it's like a typical RPG status elements like, poison and all that. And in this game they have charm where like if you get charmed, one of your teammates they will fight against you, basically turn against you and attack you, but they also heal people. So I know you are seeing where this is going. Basically, I had the boss like pretty much ready to be beaten, like just a little bit of HP. One of my teammates gets charmed and full heals the boss, literally full heal, like by 6,000 like hit points, and my heart like sunk. I was like, "Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me right now!" To make matters worse, because like it literally takes like 20 minutes to fight like that boss all the way down to that point. So I was like, okay, I gotta do this again. It was late at night too. I was getting like frustrated, so I get him down again, and I get charmed. And what happens again? I full heal the boss myself. That there's something about like if a boss can heal himself, like okay, but something like more of a punch to the gut when like it's your teammates healing the boss. Like it's just absolutely heartbreaking to see that happen. So I actually like shut the game off like in rage. Basically, I got pissed. Like okay, I'm done. Like that's it. Enough with that. I'll beat it in the morning. And I came back the next morning and beat him. So I beat him by changing like my tactics or whatever. But or I changed to a persona that didn't have healing to make sure I wouldn't heal him. And it was crazy too because I beat him and like one of my characters got charmed and like he had a little bit of hit points. And right before it was that character who was charmed's turn, we beat the boss on that last turn. So if we didn't beat that boss right there, the next turn would have been the charmed teammate and he would have full healed the boss. So it was like it came down to the wire. That was insane. But the game was phenomenal. The ending is okay. It's kind of what I expected from the ending. But it was a phenomenal game. If you haven't played Persona, definitely at the very least, try like either 3 or 4. 1 to 2 is a little more like for hardcore fans. And I picked up this game recently. I wanted to give it a shot. I've been interested in it for a while. And that's Front Mission Evolved by Square Enix on the Xbox 360. This is basically, like a Front Mission is actually a long-running like SRPG series by Square Enix that started on the PS1 all the way to like Front Mission 4 on the PS2. But when this game came out, it got bashed critically because they changed the game. Like, it's just not an SRPG, it's like an action style game. But I went into it knowing that, and honestly, if I don't see what the hate is for this game. Like, if you go into it like expecting a mech action game, it's badass. Like, I love this game. Like, it feels so good. It's like in your mech, you're like boosting around super fast. The customization of your mech is absolutely insane. You can like custom paint job the mech, make them look like Gundams or something.
Oh
Yeah, it's
yeah.
absolutely over the top with customization, different weapons. It's phenomenal as a like little action game. Like, yeah, the story's like kind of whatever, but really, are you gonna have that great of a story in a kind of game like this? I just take it, do the missions, and I'm having a blast with it. It's got like boss fights and stuff, and just like a kind of more expansive environment. So it feels really good too. So that's an awesome game. Just go into like expecting like not a SRPG. Just kind of forget about the typical From mission. Just go into expecting a like mech action game, like an Armored Core or something. And if you like that, then you'll be pleasantly surprised with this. And I think if Square Enix honestly wanted to make it a sequel, they would have called it From Mission 5, not Evolved. I think when they put Evolved on the subtitle, that means they're kind of going for something different. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, though, it's really weird and out of place in the game, but it does switch to like a third-person shooter for like a couple parts of the missions. Like, it's really weird, really out of place, and I think that's the biggest like complaint I have in the game is when it switches to this third-person shooter. Like, it feels kind of out of place, like random, and the mechanics are like not bad. Like, honestly, for a third-person shooter, like its mechanics are better than some of like full-length third-person shooters, but it's just those segments are like few and far between, and they don't last too long. So I can kind of get around that and forgive that. But it's those segments aren't too bad. And on the PSP, I started up a new game actually. I started up Tactics Ogre Let Us Cling Together on the PSP. This is the seventh installment in a long-running Square Enix SRPG series that dates back all the way to like the Super Famicom, Super Nintendo days. This is the seventh installment in the Tactics Ogre Battle series. And it's basically just a tactical RPG. Like, if you can imagine, like a Shining Force or something, like, it's really in depth. Like, it's just a typical strategy RPG. You have different parties. It takes place on, like, a grid system. There's different parties. You have to level up the parties, so, like, not the characters per se, but the parties level up. And it's really interesting. You just move from area to area, shop. You can buy weapons, and it's really good. But the music in that game is absolutely phenomenal. Like, I'm listening to the game with like headphones, like high quality headphones on. Oh my god, the soundtrack is absolutely amazing in that game. And visually it looks great. Reminds me of like a kind of PlayStation 1 SRPG. And that's actually it. So, Techno.
Yes.
I don't care what you've been playing. Clive, what have you been playing?
Well,
Oh.
oh,
Burns.
go ahead, Techno. What have you been
I
playing?
was kidding. Go on.
I have been playing Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3.
That's not Sonic.
yeah.
I know. I play other games instead of just Sonic.
Since when?
Blasphemy.
Like forever ago.
Oh, okay. I didn't know forever ago was the time.
We need this documented.
Yeah, we need it notarized.
Well, let me just tell you about this game I've been playing.
Sounds good.
'Cause It, it's amazing. If you like Gundam, any of the Gundam series, Gundam Wing, G Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam, um, what, Gundam Double O, you'll like this game. I mean, it's just like the title says. It's Dynasty Warriors with Gundams. So if you like hack and slash and shit, you'll like this game. It's amazing. I can't wait till I unlock Duo and Death Scythe, and then I'll rape bitches.
Rape those robots.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can robots even be raped?
Yes.
It can
Oh,
if you
okay.
try hard enough.
Good to know. Now, next time I find a robot,
Daddy,
I
where do robots come from?
actually never mind. I don't even want to know.
Come from a factory. Gosh.
Gosh.
Oh, and I've been playing, Dan,
Yes, this better be good.
Tales of Vesperia.
Wait for
Dun
it.
dun dun. Dude, I already said it.
Come on. We need
Come
it
on,
all together, all at once.
Where's the enthusiasm?
Ready?
2, 1. Explosions
Explosions
everywhere.
everywhere. That's horrible.
I know.
I'm glad I did not participate.
Giles theme part 2.
How far are you in that?
I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
like, describe where you left off.
Okay, so I went and to find that fucking knight or whatever.
Flynn.
Yeah, Flynn.
Yeah.
And then I had to go to that little dungeon top thing, and then you find that one of the wizard dudes, and but he wasn't the guy that stole the shit that what's his face is looking for, and
Yuri.
yeah, and then like the last fight I did was whenever you're at that town, and you know with the big ass tree,
Oh, yeah. I know.
and the knights come and try to take back what's her face, and she's like no, and you're like fuck you. But yeah, it's awesome. I
It's
love
it's
it.
kind of it's kind of understandable why she won't go with you. You were just talking about raping robots a minute ago.
No, it. She went with me though.
I'm just
But
kidding.
that's because you forced her.
Oh my god! What kind of game are you playing?
Oh, the best game of all time.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
um, yeah, it's good. I mean, if you like RPGs and haven't played this game, you should just go and kill yourself, or pick up the game.
All right, to our listeners, do not kill yourself.
This just in.
Press Start Podcast does not condone these actions stated by Techno.
There you go.
Exactly.
Please continue the
That's our
show.
disclaimer.
Okay. Been playing some Mass Effect.
Finally, my god.
We'll see. I was recording it, okay, for the damn 1 hour challenge, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. And then I start watching the videos, and it starts getting choppy. I'm like, God damn it.
I think you're lying. I think you purposely didn't play the game and now you're trying to figure out an excuse.
He
Come on,
hates Mass
Techno.
Effect. He
Yeah.
hates it.
No, okay?
You play Frisbee with the disc. That's how much you hate it. Come on, Techno.
I don't have a disc of it. It's downloaded onto Steam. Oh, what are you gonna say now? What are you gonna say now?
Crickets. Crickets, that's what I'm going to say.
No crickets. I actually like Techno fighting back. Continue.
Yeah.
I do like it.
Okay, the
I do like the
last
game.
part I got to on that is like you meet this big ass motherfucker. I forget.
Technical term.
I forget his name.
What does
Big
he
ass
look like?
motherfucker.
It's like Rez or something.
Rex?
Oh,
Yeah,
Rex. Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
The you know.
The guy that looks like a dinosaur or a lizard.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's the farthest I've gone. And then since that didn't work, I started downloading or playing Wheel of fucking Fortune.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I'd like to buy a damn Val.
And I've been recording that, and then sound doesn't work or doesn't show up from the game, but it does pick up my voice from my blue snowball mic. So I don't know if I should just wait and do it tomorrow and try to get sound from both ends, or upload what I've been doing.
Yeah, you know what? You should probably just screw the sound of the game. Just upload the video of the game, and then your voiceover work.
Yeah, I mean it's Wheel
That
of
should be fine.
Fortune. Like how quality is the music in there
Yeah.
is.
What are you missing?
I'd like to buy a Val.
But it's CD quality.
I don't care.
It's the best
Still.
quality. Yes.
Oh, but yeah. What else have I been playing? Try and think.
No, he's thinking.
I'm
He's
thinking.
thinking.
I'm thinking.
Don't think too hard.
I know. Or my
Explosion.
brain.
Or
Yeah.
Brain explosion.
I think that's it.
Clive.
Awesome.
live.
Mine's very short. I've been playing more Kid Icarus, and I just been going like last week. I just been going through the single player levels again, unlocking the different panels of the different pictures. Those in-game achievements. Doing a lot of that. I've been playing a lot of multiplayer, the 3-on-3, the light versus dark. I've been loving that, and that's it really for just Kid Icarus. And then the second game I've been playing for the 1 hour challenge, I played Jack and Daxter for the PlayStation 2, and for playing it for an hour, it was good for an hour. I can understand why a lot of people enjoy it, but it's basically it's your 3D platformer game. There's a lot of collectibles in the game. I could tell already that it's going to be a hilarious game just from the character Daxter alone. But I enjoyed it. I can easily see why Techno loves it so much. I actually enjoyed it for the hour I played, and I actually am considering about picking up the collection for the PS3. But I kind of made this point during the video that I uploaded. Um, I think this game would do really well on the 3DS.
Yeah, but
It'll,
then it's
it'll never
Sony's
happen.
company. Good luck with
Well,
that.
if it
But I
made
know what you mean.
if it never happens, it never happens. But I could easily see this being a great game for the 3DS.
Yeah.
If they could do it with Rayman 3D, then they could definitely do it with Jack and Daxter.
I like
But
3D.
yeah. So but yeah, it's a good game. I enjoyed the hour I play of it. I'm not gonna play any more of it.
Yeah, screw that
Mainly
game.
no,
Okay.
mainly because if I'm gonna play more of it,
Play
I'll
it in HD.
play it in the HD
Yep.
on the PS3 version. So, but yeah, it's a good game. I did enjoy what I played of it. So,
Did you like the fishing?
you know what?
Which
The the
reminds me.
fishing the fishing mini game. It's one of those games where it's frustrating beyond belief, but
Yep.
it's like. But it was like the good frustrating, like I'm actually having fun by failing. It's like if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying?
I had the bad
Yeah.
frustrating with fishing.
Yeah, you had the bad frustrating.
Which
I had the
I
good
forgot to mention.
No,
Like
it
I
was just
played.
really cool because like the guy's screaming at me, he's like, "You need a bigger net," and I'm like, "Well, give me a fucking bigger net then." It's like don't give me the shitty net. It's just. But
Or you're
yeah,
gonna bust a cap.
yeah, but yeah, the mini game that was kind of cool. I really enjoyed that, even though I was failing like half the time. So,
Yeah.
what about you, Mikey?
Um, I've been playing the online Uncharted 2, and Dan knows that game is more addicting than crack.
Yeah.
So consider me a crack addict when it comes to that game. Um, I've also been playing Modern Warfare 3, and believe it or not, like when I bought the game, I wasn't playing too much of the story, even though that's the part that always draws me to that game.
Yeah.
And I played some of the story. And Dan, how far are you into the game?
I beat the story.
Now, what did you think of the sandstorm level?
I thought it was okay.
You didn't like it?
It was okay.
Like it?
Like
You-
it was like I knew what to expect. Maybe it's like I expect all these Modern Warfare campaigns to be, kind of blockbuster like, grandiose, epic, and all that. So
Now, did you play the prior Call of Duties though? Because basically, like from my experience with the past Call of Duties, uh, like that sandstorm level was the pinnacle for it, like for Call of Duty for me. Like I've never seen a level like that on Call of Duty. Like there's a lot of Michael Bay stuff that happens in Call of Duty, but
yeah,
that particular sandstorm mission was pretty neat. Like I've never seen anything like that, like in a game. So kind of blew me away because I don't see a lot of sandstorm missions in games. So
well,
it was pretty cool to see that.
You must have not played Jack and Daxter 3.
or Spec Ops: The
Yeah, I've
Line.
played that. I've played
It's
that.
coming out.
I
Yeah,
fucking love that game.
yeah. A lot of people didn't like the third one, but I freaking loved
Well,
it.
they can go suck it.
Got two words for you. Come on, Techno. You know what that's supposed to be.
I already said it though.
Say it again. Left me
That
hanging.
that's like me saying you can't see me. Me.
Mimi.
Me.
Anyways,
What are you guys talking about?
No.
Wrestling.
What the
wrestling.
hell is that?
Yeah,
What
what the
the
hell is that?
fuck is that?
And then the last game, coincidentally, I like this segue. I played Raw vs. SmackDown 2011 to get ready for WrestleMania. Yeah, I played. What was that?
I said yep.
Oh, I thought you were asking something. But I played just some of the created matches and tried to set them up to the card on WrestleMania and just had fun playing with my friends, seeing them flounder around and try to play the game. But yeah, that's all I've been playing, unfortunately. So,
Nice.
anyone else?
Well, I forgot to mention something in my 1 hour weekly challenge. Like I played Sega Bass Fishing because Techno pretty much demanded it.
Yeah,
And well, it's
He
the
held you at
title says it
gunpoint.
all.
it's
Basically,
amazing.
it's a bass fishing game. It's an
It's
arcadey bass fishing.
amazing.
It's fun. And, like it's just like it's more fun than like maybe like I mentioned it's more fun than like it doesn't take itself seriously. Like it doesn't try to be overly complex for any reason. Like some of these other bass fishing games or whatever. Like you, they get like too involved and all that. It's like oh, this really isn't that fun. But it's just arcadey, like really simple. But holy crap, that last stage. You know what? Fuck that last stage. I hate that last stage. That turned me off on the damn game. Like that last stage, you have to catch like there's only like 3 fish like in the whole entire like area there, and your basically goal is it's the final stage, and your basic goal is to at least catch one of them, and they're huge. They're like 18-pound like bass, and I couldn't do it. I tried for like 20 minutes and just could not do it. That was extremely challenging. And like I mentioned this too, I feel like they made it super challenging just for the purpose of adding some gameplay to it, like time wise. But besides that part, I'd like the arcade part, the other like 3 levels to that. I was playing on normal too, so maybe that's why it was pretty hard. But yeah, it was like a bass fishing. I mean, I felt the Let's Play was boring because like it's a game that you don't really have a
Yeah.
lot to talk about. Like like an RPG or like something like an action game. There's stuff going on. There's story, characters.
Look
I'm
at the
bass
rocket
fishing. I'm
ship.
bass fishing. What more do I have to say about
you know,
bass
you,
fishing?
I kind of liked when you just started like saying like random video game news.
Yeah, because I was like,
You're like, what are you talking about? You're fishing.
I know because it was so well. It's like I'm fishing. Like not a lot has to be said here. And I started thinking like, oh my god, this is gonna be extremely boring. Like I have nothing to say. It's just fishing. So I just started like casually talking to some like people if I just would normally.
I think that's what made that video so awesome.
That's
You,
quality.
you know what's next, Dan?
No, because I get to choose the games
No,
that you have to pick from.
Sega Marine
I
Fishing.
don't have that, so I'm not playing that.
Shut down.
Oh,
I'm Sega fished out. No, but yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed like the first half of it and hated the final stage. But yeah,
That game seems pretty fishy.
ooh,
God
this
dang
guy.
it.
Okay, yeah, but but yeah, that's pretty much I think all the games we've been playing recently. So we kicked this off last week and it was a lot of fun, really interesting. So we're continuing it obviously, and we're back with another 1 hour weekly challenge where we each challenge each other to play a respective game in their backlog that they have never ever touched, and they have to sit down and play it for at least an hour. So I figured we start off with Clive. What games did you have in mind?
Well, I had a list of games last week, so I'm basically just gonna repeat the list except for Jack and Daxter. So, I still have Porky Pig's Haunted Mansion for the Super Nintendo, Rugrats in Paris the movie for the N64, Dream Trigger for the 3DS, Madden 2010 for the PlayStation 3. I got NBA 2K9 for the PlayStation 3, and Shenmue for the Dreamcast.
Shenmue.
Shenmue.
Porky Pig.
I don't have Shenmue. Sorry, I just threw it in the trash
No,
like
I
two
don't have it
seconds ago.
anymore. Porky Pig.
Porky Pig.
No, fine. Since go Shenmue.
It's okay. It's either Porky Pig or Shenmue. It seems like.
Shenmue.
Shenmue.
All right, so Porky Pig it
Shenmue.
is.
Shenmue the game.
Shampoo.
Wash your
All
hair.
right, all right. I'll play Shenmue.
Nice.
What about you, Techno? What games have you not played that you have to play for your challenge?
Wild Metal on the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Evolution 2. Eternal. Fuck. What's it called? Eternal Warriors, I think, on the Sega CD. Or no, it's Eternal Champions
Oh,
on Sega CD.
it's a
It's
badass fighter.
this.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
haven't played that one.
You haven't played that?
I vote for that one.
Yeah.
That's an awesome fighting game.
All right.
All right,
Okay,
Eternal Champions,
Turn of Champions technically.
Yay.
and you got to finish your Wheel of Fortune.
And Mass Effect. Okay.
No, just Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah. Just,
What about you, Dan?
okay, so I figured I'd give myself a little bit better selection here and hopefully not get stuck with a Sega Bass Fishing where I have nothing to talk about for an hour. So this time I'm doing 5 RPGs that I probably
Oh, what? Come
I
on.
haven't played any of them, and that's my choice. But no, this is what I'm saying. Like, let me finish. 5 RPGs that I haven't played that are probably honestly intended like probably not to play for like, years down the road. Like I never would have seen myself playing these games. So on the PS2, an Atlas published SRPG called Stella Deus: The Gate of Eternity. On the PS2 as well by Konami, Suikoden 4. On the PSP, Lunar Silver Star Harmony. On the PSP, Wild Arms XF. And on the PS2 again, Dawn of Mana. There you
Donna Mana. Wait.
Yeah, I say Donna Mana.
go.
Same.
Techno.
What, is that, like, in the Mana series? Or is that
It's
a.
Mana.
Okay. Oh,
Square Enix.
where, where does it go in.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Is that your choice?
Yeah.
Dawn of Mana it is. Mikey, how'd your weekly challenge go?
Oh, it went amazing. That game's actually pretty good. The golfing is fun.
Yeah,
I'm just
remind the
missing
viewers
it.
again what you were gonna play.
Oh, I was gonna play some Mary Kate and Ashley. That game is the shit. It should win Game of the Year, hands down. So you guys should check it out.
I
It's
did check
amazing.
it out.
You definitely checked it out. Whoa, Power Rangers.
There's
What's
trash
that?
collecting in there too. The trash collecting looked epic.
Yeah, and she falls. She falls every time she slips. But I actually thought of 2 games that I could maybe do a challenge for that I've never played that I picked up recently. You guys want to hear?
Yes.
Sure.
Number 1, Dancing with the Stars on PS2.
Oh
I don't even
my
have it. I
god.
don't even
Yeah.
have. I don't even have a dance pad though.
Play it without.
And then number 2, Dirty Harry, the
Oh my-
dirtiest of the Harrys.
What is that for?
Well, it's actually just called Dirty Harry, but it's for the NES,
Huh.
and I got it from a flea market, and it's really dirty too, coincidentally.
Ironic.
Yeah. So, what would you like to see me play?
Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah. Like,
No
no
dance pad.
question.
No dance pad. I'm just gonna pretend to go with it.
Wing it.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're doing it.
Let's do
Nice.
it. Yes.
Okay, guys, so Clive actually just took off right now because he is going to get ready for PAX East. I hope he has a lot of fun over there, which I know he will. It's going to be an
Yeah.
awesome time for him. But anyways, we thought we'd actually get into a topic right now, and since it's about close to Easter time, we figured it'd be an interesting idea to talk about maybe some of our memorable or favorite Easter eggs in gaming. So, I'm going to actually kick things off. So in Super Mario RPG, you play all the way through the game, but there's a particular town called Monstro Town. And there's this one door that you can never open in the game until you beat the boss and do a couple things. But once you open this door, you find there's the actual hidden optional boss there, who the optional boss is actually even stronger than the final boss in the game. His name is Culex, and he is basically like a character that looks ripped straight out of a Final Fantasy game, since it was made by Squaresoft at the time. He looks like a just typical sprite, like ripped out of like Final Fantasy 3/6. I hate having to do that, but yeah. And I just thought that was really interesting. Like it was random, and like I was always curious too. I'm like, what's up with this door? Like, why would it be there if it serves no purpose? And I didn't really find that out until way later on when I actually looked into it because I was kind of curious about that door. And in Tales of Vesperia, that game is packed with Easter eggs, but especially later on, there's a particular place you go to which that place is basically like one giant Easter egg. It references all kinds of Namco goodies and all that, from like Klonoa to like all these other games. There's even Klonoa music in the game, which is really weird, but that place is absolutely awesome. It's just a homage to Namco goodies. And there's some mini games you can play in there too. It's a lot of fun. And one of my favorite things to do, it's not necessarily Easter egg, it's just kind of like these really bizarre cheat codes. But in Need for Speed 2, the game was infamously known for having some really bizarre cheat codes, but you could change like your vehicles, but I'm not talking changing like to another car. I'm talking you could change to like a straight up T-Rex in the game, like a T-Rex on the racetrack, like a big ass T-Rex. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. One of my personal favorites, you could be a wooden log. Yep. Go figure that out. A
Wood?
wooden log racing around the track. Souvenir stands, like the list goes on and on. Like it doesn't make any sense, but it's just so hilarious. Like every time I play that game, I had to try out the cheats and all that. It was so much fun. But what about you guys? I mean, what Easter eggs can you think of?
I got
Well,
a good one.
hold on.
Techno, you
One
can do it.
Yeah, before you forget.
breaking news.
Oh my god, another subscriber.
Yes.
Oh, how did I know?
Top tier tryhard has subscribed to me. So,
Is that
thank
Jumble
you.
Junkie?
No?
He uses that term all the time. Top tier.
You know who's top tier? Shy Guy in Mario Kart
Yeah,
7. Top
he
tier
is.
MLG. He's
MLG
OP.
Pro.
Shit. Well, I don't know many Easter eggs because I don't really search for them. I like, if I find one, if I'm just like going around in a game, if I find one, I'm like, oh, that's cool. But I remember World of Warcraft, like the original base game. You could find a person named Link, and had the whole suit on and
Oh, it
little
just reminded me of something.
what?
Oh, I was gonna say another Easter egg again from Mario RPG. That Link's in the game too, but he's just like sleeping in a random inn one time. And
Oh yeah.
you go back up and
Oh
yeah, you go back up and he's there like just sleeping in his green like outfit, and you go up to talk to him and it just does that like the sound effect for him.
yeah, yeah.
That was a cool Easter egg.
Um, God, Link's Awakening, I think. On Game Boy.
Yeah.
It was pretty much. It had the Chain Chomp in it. Mario, like the old style Mario, in it, and a bunch of Mario top stuff like Goombas and I forget what the fishes are called.
Damn. I forget too.
Para coops or something.
I don't even remember.
Me neither.
I just know Blooper. The squid.
Oh yeah, he's in there too, I believe. So, yeah, that's mine.
Um, Now mine is in Halo 3. When I used to play that game back in the day, I'd spend hours looking for glitches, and I came across this one from the YouTubes. We all love the YouTubes, but anyway, basically, what you have to do for this glitch is on one of the last levels. I haven't played this game in years, so I don't know the specific name, but it's a snowy map, one of the last levels, and there's this little tiny crevice by the rocks. And if you go through this door, basically you have to take your friends and play it with co-op. And you take like I think it's the right path, I believe, and you turn on your flashlight. And as soon as you turn on your flashlight, you see there's a balcony in the distance, and you're like, oh, I can't get to that on my own. So what you have to do is basically have a guy on top of your head, like actually stand on top of your head. You have to get a running start, throw a sticky grenade at the ground, hop, and then as you hop, your partner has to hop. So it's double jumping, and your partner will make it far enough. And if you don't know about that game, your partner will respawn on top of you. So your partner will be there, and then you have to do one more little tiny jump to this little pit off to the side. And once you're there, turn on your flashlights and turn up your screen brightness, and you'll see a guy in his boxers hopping up and down in the nude.
What the hell?
What
Yeah,
the?
and I think it's a Bungie employee. And me and my friends found the same dude on an online multiplayer map. Don't even remember the name of it once again because I haven't played this in years. But it's a map that's very orangish with like lots of rocks and all that kind of stuff. And then it has these giant satellite dishes in the distance. And if you zoom in with the sniper rifle in a distance, you'll see the same dude looking at you. It's very weird.
That's I never
I,
heard
I
of that.
suggest you, yes, I suggest all of you YouTube it because it is some hilarious stuff. So yeah, that's one of my favorite glitches, or not. Well, I guess it's kind of a glitch or an Easter egg. It's weird.
So it's that time of the podcast where we like to talk about some gaming news. So I'm gonna let Techno go. What news do you have first today?
Well, developer Way Forward, the creators of A Boy and His Blob, I believe, the Wii version, will remake the old school brawler. Oh my god.
Oh god,
I
I
love
know where
it.
this is going.
Double Dragon Neon to be released digitally on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 this summer. You also be able to play it at PAX East this weekend.
Yeah.
Yay! Dude, I've been waiting for a Double Dragon, a new one, for so long. And good thing they're not doing it 3D.
No, they gotta keep it true to the original.
Yep.
Nice.
Nicely
So
done.
yeah.
Is that it?
Yep.
Mikey, you have some news, I know that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Calm down.
The name of the title: Breaking News. Sex offenders banned from online games. So that means that that means
Techno. Okay.
Oh.
okay.
You know I love it.
New York is dropping the ban hammer on registered sex offenders. The state's attorney general Eric T. Schneiderman kind of sounds like Spider-Man, but whatever. Today announced that 3,580 accounts belonging to sex offenders have been struck from online gaming networks or had their communication privileges revoked as a part of Operation Game Over. And basically, like, they have consent from like Blizzard, Electronic Arts, Warner Brothers, Disney, and Apple. So they're all, and Microsoft and Sony, and they all agree that this is fine for this to happen, because like one example of this happened earlier this month. Basically, a 19-year-old Monroe County man pled guilty to sexually abusing a 10-year-old boy he met through Xbox
It's
Live.
horrible.
It's terrible, terrible, terrible.
It's horrible.
Terrible.
But yeah, I'm sorry if I'm laughing, but it's just so messed up. I could just see like the guy just on the other end saying, "Hey, little boy, come meet me here." You know, that's creepy. That's creepy. That I don't know.
They need to do something about that.
Yep.
Nice. Well, I know you had a couple other news stories. Is there anything else that really struck you?
One was just basically talking about Angry Birds becoming an animated TV series.
No, I heard about that. It's
So
weird.
that's kind of something different. Like, I don't have a lot to say about that. And then I should have told Clive about this. There's a Kid Icarus scavenger hunt at PAX East.
Oh, that would have been cool for him to know.
And then the last one basically discusses Wii U coming November 18th, as it's been reported. So that's it's a rumor, but
Concrete rumor.
sometimes, yeah, sometimes these rumors come to light because there's been a lot of situations where they have been true, but there's also been a lot of situations where they haven't been true. But November 18th, that'd be kind of interesting because would you guys buy it if it was that date?
Yeah.
You would?
Well, I need
Yeah.
to know price. Like, that's the key thing. I'm not paying like $500 or something now.
Five
Yeah.
nickels.
What about you,
Sign
Mikey?
me up.
Are you
Well,
interested?
I am very interested because, like, I've been waiting for Nintendo to get their butts in gear to to compete with this market because, like, the Wii was kind of a letdown to me. Even though there's some gems, like, thanks Pete for recommending them because you have saved the Wii for all I know, because I did not know about these gems. But basically, the Wii was a disappointment to me, and this appeals to the more hardcore crowd. And I've heard some of the titles that have been announced for this, and it's just like, whoa, Nintendo's actually going to have that on their system? Because I've always thought of Nintendo as not like a hard, like, I don't want to be mean, but not as a hardcore, like, Mortal Kombat rip your head off, like, kind of system, you know?
It's more geared towards the fun aspect and the family and, kind of togetherness aspect.
Yeah, to be fair, they have had those kind of games in the past, but like hardcore games, but it just seems like it's more geared, like you said, towards having fun with your family and stuff like that, which is great because it gets new gamers into the hobby. So yeah, I don't think I would get it though right off the launch. I would have to see a price like you said, Dan, and I'd have to see the launch lineup.
Yeah.
And once again, it looks like it's going to be a good launch, but a lot of these games that are going to be on the launch already are out for the other systems by then. So
That's going to be kind of critical. That if, like, Darksiders 2 was the launch and it's already out, like, ahead of time for, like, 360 and PS3, how would that affect the sales for the Wii U version?
Maybe if they had a Tales of Vesperia too, we'd rush out to get it.
Tales of Origins, anything.
Yeah.
The only sequel they ever did to a Tales of game was on the PlayStation 1, Destiny 2. But even that, like, it's weird. They called it Destiny 2, but I believe they're different characters, so
Wait,
they're not known for doing sequels in the series.
isn't there Tales of Symphonia 2?
No, that's a spin-off. Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World, which is abysmal. It's on the Wii, but even for a Wii RPG, it's honestly better than most of the crappy RPGs that have been on there, with the exception of Tomorrow. Xenoblade Chronicles. Yes. Explosions everywhere. I had to do that.
Techno. You know what Daniel Bryan would be saying right now?
No.
Yes, you would. Yes. Basically, it's a kind of inside jokes fans, and if you don't know, I'm sure like Pegasus and some of the other people will know. There's a guy. He runs out and just says yes, yes, yes all week on wrestling. There you go.
That sums it up.
So that's Dan. If
Yes.
yep,
Yes.
that's his reaction to
Yeah.
that game.
I'm pretty stoked too because like this is kind of sad that people are gonna miss out on this, but I mentioned a while back that they were offering an art book if you pre-ordered the game like during a specific time. But recently, for actually this couple past weeks, they actually took down the offer, which means they ran out of whatever limited quantities they had. So if you pre-order from these last couple weeks, sadly, those people are gonna miss out on the art book, which is like a
rare.
20. Yeah, which is why I'm pretty excited because I guaranteed I would get one because I looked on my orders and it has like a $0 charge, which I believe is the art book. It says like premium for Xenoblade. But yeah, I pre-ordered it when I saw it for that art book, and I didn't think it'd be that rare, but it's gonna be rare because just the sheer limited quantities that is for. Because even Nintendo doesn't give you that. That's specifically from GameStop. But yeah, I have some news, and I just want to like mention this. This sounds interesting. Is that they codenamed obviously the new PlayStation project Project Orbis,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, I think Orbis might actually be the real name for the system for one reason that the Vita is out and Orbis Vitae means the circle of life if you combine them both. So, which makes sense, like, because that would sound right. Like, they're trying to get this integration with, like, all the systems and, like, taking the PS3 games on the go with your Vita and, like, etc. cross platforms. So, like, a kind of circle of life. So, Orbis.
They're going fucking
Lion
Lion King
King.
on our asses.
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
It's a circle.
What a wonderful
circle
Yep.
life. Yeah, but that's what that means in Spanish, Orbis Vitae.
Since Cliva isn't here, I think we should all sing the Circle of Life together.
You guys can go for it.
I need the lyrics.
I know, I don't remember the lyrics, it's been quite a while. But yeah, I want to mention this news story, and it relates to me because I live in the state, but trolling could get you 25 years in jail in Arizona. One of the internet's basic tenets, the right to be as much of a myopic, infantile asshat as humanly possible, is currently under attack in Arizona. A sweeping update to the state's telecommunications harassment bill could make naughty, angry words a Class 1 misdemeanor or worse.
Wow.
It's a dangerous precedent, yet another bill written and supported by legislators who fundamentally don't understand the nature of the internet. And I'm not just being, Arizona House Bill 2549 passed both legislative houses last Thursday and is now awaiting approval from Arizona's Governor Jan Brewer. The statute states, it is unlawful for any person with intent to terrify, intimidate, threaten, harass, annoy, or offend to use any electronic or digital device and use any obscene, lewd, or profane language or suggest any lewd or lascivious act or threaten to inflict physical harm to the person or property of any person. That's in depth. And they just like go on to talk about the emphasis is added on electronic devices.
That's scary. That's a scary bill.
Oh yeah, so it mentions like a class 1 misdemeanor is punishable by a $2,500 fine and up to 6 months in jail. Wow. But yeah, basically, I mean, is it gonna pass? I don't know. Arizona's a sketchy state. We got a lot of weird laws and stuff. We're rebels. We don't buy into that daylight savings crap. We're just like a different state. Like, I mean, you can carry like semi-automatics here, and like it's a safe. Well, we're one of the most like friendly states for gun ownership. Honestly, like, there's not a whole lot of requirements, and like if you have it registered, you can own a semi-automatic if you want in Arizona.
You
Like
have
it doesn't
if
matter.
if you have hands, you can have guns.
Basically, I mean, we're based around a really Republican state. Like we're one of those states, like when the primaries and all that, that will never change to a Democratic state. We'll be a Republican state forever. But that's just how Arizona was kind of founded. But yeah, like I mean, this is typical. Like, of course it'd be in Arizona. Like, it's just so obscene law. Can you imagine that? Like, oh, your video sucks, and then the police come. We're here to arrest you. We heard about a complaint on you calling a video that sucks, so we're taking you to jail. Like,
Yeah, and you better cut down. You better cut down on the
no, I
trolling,
need to cut
dude.
down my trolling. Go techno. If they hear me trolling techno, I'm going to jail. But I have a couple other news stories I thought I'd just include them real quick, and since people might not or might want to hear about this, is finally some free Final Fantasy 13 2 DLC. So on April 10th, the Assassin's Creed Ezio hoodie for Noel will be available for 300 yen or 240 Microsoft points, $3. Sarah will get a costume designed by AKB48 member Yoko Oshima too. Will be released the same day for free. So April 10th, mark the calendar if you have Final Fantasy 13 2 and want to get two cool looking costumes. They got pictures here. The Ezio costume looks pretty cool. But
Now,
yeah, it's
Dan,
free. Yeah.
did you see G4 and some other websites put this up today? They are having a Final Fantasy fashion line, like
Yeah, there's like
made by
Mass Effect, the Mass Effect outfits and all that. It's insane.
Well, no, like I'm dead serious. Like they actually, like I saw a picture of like Lightning wearing like normal Prada clothes or whatever. It's like what the,
It's getting a
and
little too much.
Yeah.
yeah, like it's scary. And then they had that Noel dude wearing some stuff. I'm like, he would not wear that.
I would not pay for that. That's why it's
Uh,
a like a lot of this was paid DLC, so this is kind of cool that they're finally giving some free DLC.
yeah.
It's always good.
Yeah. So
Also,
yeah,
we all know BioWare actually gave in to all the bitches out
yeah, I don't
there
care about that.
Yeah,
That's lame. Like
yeah.
to
you're a company.
Mass
Gaming's an art
Effect.
form.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I haven't mentioned, it was the artist's kind of choice to do that. I mean, take some of your favorite Hollywood blockbuster movies like the Titanic or Godfather, and you hate the ending. It'd be like trying to change those endings just for a couple to appease a couple of people,
yeah,
basically.
Now, what's to say that other companies won't start doing this? That's what's starting to scare
Well,
me. Now,
that's what's gonna get scary is because people are gonna say like, maybe other fans like, just like other companies out there are gonna be like, oh well, BioWare gave in because so many people demanded for change endings, so we could do it for this game or this game and all that.
like
It
I
might get out of
understand,
hand.
I perfectly understand that people get attached to these characters because they've
Of
been building
course.
them from day one. Like I understand that, but the problem is these people have poured hours and hours into the game. Give them a break.
And they're the
you know,
ones who made the series you quote unquote love, basically.
yeah,
how would here's a way to put some perspective to this. Let's say little Danny over there or little Jimmy is sitting at the table and he's drawing an art picture. How would you like it if I went up to you and said, "Oh, I don't like that. You need to redo that part. I don't like that." You wouldn't like it because you just spent hours working on it.
Yeah.
So to developers, that's just a slap in the face. It makes them feel bad. Like I know that sounds cheesy, but how would you like it? You spend years on these games. It's like give them a break. So
Yeah, I mean, Clive said it too, which was like an interesting way to put it. Is like, you don't look at something like the Mona Lisa and say, oh, I don't like her smile. Someone needs to change that. It's like, no, that's an artist's work. He did that with full intent. That's his idea basically on paper. So you don't change those kind of things. Yeah, I think it's kind of just disrespectful on the people who want to change. I mean, because these are people who are saying, oh, I love Mass Effect, but if you love the game, you'd learn to accept the ending and you'd learn to appreciate that. You guys wouldn't have this series if it wasn't for the people who made this game. So
Now tell me, how many people actually like the ending though? Like
I heard there's
the
some people who didn't mind it. Like I hear that a lot. Like I didn't mind the ending.
it's like in a way that's kind of kicking them in the shins, like saying, "Oh, your opinion doesn't matter."
Yeah.
It's frustrating, but at least at least BioWare's a nice enough company to feed into it and say, "Hey, here you go. We're gonna be some nice guys. Just take it."
Yeah.
They got to be careful now though, because they know if they make any more controversial endings, they'll come demanding a changed ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that they gave in, who's to say that they're not going to do this to BioWare again? They're like, "Oh, these guys are saps. Let's just hit them where they're where the sun doesn't shine, or
Yeah.
something." It's just ridiculous. Anyways,
Yeah.
Also,
yeah.
one thing.
yeah,
April 1st, midnight. Oh my god.
That pass.
Toonami came back.
yeah. I screamed like a little girl.
Yeah, me too.
Not me. But good for you guys. I don't care. Okay, back to news.
What if they had a Vesperia anime on there?
They had
Would
a
you be?
they had an anime movie. I watched it. It was good. I'm gonna buy the Blu-ray because they. Oh, well, I guess this is a news story if no one knows. Tales of Vesperia: The First Strike is an animated feature film length animated movie. One of the first they did for a Tales of game, but it's Tales of Vesperia: The First Strike, and this movie came out after the game was released, but the setting and actions, it takes place before the actual game of Tales of Vesperia, so it's like a origin story per se. And I watched it. I watched it because like it wasn't in English. I had to watch it with like English subtitles, and it was a fantastic movie. Like I said, like Tales of Vesperia or like Tales of games in general are like playing an anime basically because it's got that super cel shaded look. It basically looks super cartoony, animated, and it has animated cutscenes by like actual companies that work on other animes. Like they do the cutscenes for the game. So it looks like basically like the anime that would be in the games, and it was a phenomenal movie. But they actually localized the movie into English, like they English dubbed it, and it's gonna come out at I don't remember the date, but Amazon has like pre-orders for it. I'm sure you can find it if you type in Tales of Vesperia: The First Strike, or actually I have it right here. But it's coming to Blu-ray as a double pack with like a DVD and Blu-ray. So it costs $24.99, and it will be available June 26th this year. So I'll definitely try and get that.
Now,
Now, do you know what group dubbed it?
What do you mean, like who?
Like
Funimation,
Funimation or
Ocean.
I don't.
Ocean or
I don't remember. I just know it's a really big name company. It's one of like the key ones. Like they've worked on a lot of different games. So let me kind of look
Now,
up here. Yeah.
here's just a random question. Have you guys noticed
Oh,
that games
on
are
it.
becoming more like anime? Like Dan said, Tales of Vesperia, like how that screams anime,
Yeah.
and
It's like you're playing an
Ashura's
anime.
Wrath. Yeah, like Ashura's Wrath. That's another one that comes to mind. Like it's a weird trend that I'm even noticing now. It's just weird,
Yeah. Oh, the
surreal.
company is called Production IG. They do all the animation for the actual anime in the game itself, and I think they're the ones who did the movie.
I'll definitely have to give this a try. Pick it up, maybe.
Production IG Anime Studio. Let's see. They worked on a lot of different stuff. Like, oh, they did Ghost in the Shell, so that gives you an idea.
Oh,
Oh, the
oh
end,
shit.
the end of
that's gonna be good.
Evangelion, Blood the Last Vampire, Blood Plus,
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
XXX Holic.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
FLCL. They're the ones who did FLCL, and which is the anime I actually love. So there you go.
that's good to know. Then now I'm definitely gonna pick it up.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like playing an
Yep.
anime, and the anime
Top
cutscenes,
notch,
if you've seen them, are top
top
quality.
tier, top
Yeah.
tier.
It's an actual anime company, Production IG, so they're actually a famous company. But yeah, oh, and the other news story I had was regarding this like new weird crossbreed Pokemon game that for the longest time
I've
they
seen
were
that.
yeah, for the longest time they were calling it Pokemon X Nobunaga's Ambition, but it's actually got a real title now. It's called Pokemon Conquest,
Oh my.
and there's actually screenshots of Silicon Era of the game in English. Yeah, that's right. It looks as if Pokemon Conquest localization has possibly been underway for a while. Nintendo only announced the game today, but it's slated for release in June, which is hardly much of a wait. They've
Mhm.
already sent out the first English screenshots, which you can view below if you go to Silicon Era. And the thing I find really interesting is one of the like middle screenshot. It actually looks like it's gonna be a SRPG with Pokemon, like a
Oh
tactical
my.
RPG with Pokemon. So if you can imagine like Shining Force meets like Pokemon, that's what it looks like totally. So I would totally buy this. I can't wait.
Pete, I'm gonna borrow your term. I'll be in line for that shit.
That looks like the screenshot totally screams like it looks like it has a grid-based system and all that. Oh, it looks awesome. Can't wait.
It's everything I've wanted in a Pokemon game, you know?
That's crazy. I didn't think like when they announced the game like with the Nobunaga's Ambition, I'm like, oh, that's never making it out of Japan because, well, the majority of people here don't even know what the hell Nobunaga's Ambition is. So I think it's interesting that of all people, Nintendo is actually doing it. So I don't know. Nintendo say like they don't want to bring over these Japanese games, like Xenoblade Chronicles. You know, now you got Pokemon Conquest. It's hopefully they're
Nintendo's
having a change of heart.
Nintendo's getting pretty risque
I know,
recently.
finally taking some actual chances here.
Yeah.
Kid Icarus, like I've heard that's like that game's hilarious.
Oh my god,
Um,
like I forget to talk about that and I didn't bring it up. The game is phenomenal, but not just like in the actual gameplay aspect. Like the game is honestly, if I finish it, probably like a maybe a 9.5 out of 10, 9.75 out of 10. But the game is phenomenal and the writing is incredible in the game. Like it is absolutely hilarious. Like I don't remember the last time I was like laughing with the game so hard. And they actually have like pixel art and they poke fun at like the original like Kid Icarus and how, they actually poke fun at how long of a wait it's been. Like they acknowledge that in the game. They acknowledge that it's been like over 20 plus years. So it's a really great game, you guys. I mean, it's definitely I easily call it my favorite 3DS game. So definitely, if you haven't tried Kid Icarus Uprising, that's a must own for 3DS owners.
last year, like when or like yeah, last year when the 3DS came out, I was worried for Nintendo. Like I was like seeing the route they were going down. I'm like, yes, they are the godfather of games, but dang, they look like they're going to go downhill. And you've seen it happen in the past with like past companies. I'm like, I was worrying, and then look what they've done with the 3DS. Look at all the titles that are coming to it. You know, you got Kid Icarus that freaking blew our minds. You got Resident Evil on there, and it just looks stunning. The graphics. So I don't. I'm proud of Nintendo. Give it a pat on its back.
The funny thing is, I read somewhere that Nintendo has so much money that they can afford to bomb like literally 5 systems in a row and still be relevant. Like they could still be around. Like
That is
that's how
good to
much money
know.
they have. Like they're get used to them. They're a company that's going absolutely nowhere, even if they make bad choices.
If the game industry crashes, they'll still probably be around.
They will be around. And
That's
speaking of like
awesome.
anime games, it's really obscure, really niche, but of course it's like a specialty of mine. But there's a game called, if you guys haven't heard of it, definitely look this game up now because it has it's one of the most ambitious games for one of the mechanics it's doing. It's called Time and Eternity. I think it's on I want to say PS Vita or like PSP. But the reason this is a big deal is because we're talking about like anime and all that. This game is supposed to be 100% like actually hand drawn animated. I'm talking down to the
Ooh,
battle system. Like even in the battle system, that's hand drawn animation for every little sequence. So you can just imagine that like every like sword swing, every like just strafe of like going around, like everything is hand drawn animation. Like this game is meant to be like 100% animated, like by sketch, by hand drawn. So definitely like playing an actual anime. It's an absolutely gorgeous game. I don't know if it'll ever come out, but everything is absolutely hand drawn animation. It's absolutely gorgeous.
the next few years for games are looking really promising. Like I'm starting to get vibes of the Super Nintendo. Like, if you remember the Super Nintendo when that was out, everything was good. Well, not everything, but everything was good, and I'm getting that vibe from these next few years for games. Like, look at all the games we're having come out. Like, the technology that's behind these games, they can do a lot more artistic things with them, and I want to see that game that you're talking about because that sounds exactly like the game I've been waiting for.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, because usually, like, even these games or whatever, they still, like, computer animate, like, battle systems, because that's a lot of work to, like, animate every individual attack, every single special move, like, everything. And, like,
Mhm.
they absolutely animated everything in this game. So it's like when you're playing the actual battle scenes, it's like if you're watching one of those epic battles in, like, an anime or something, but you're playing it. So it's definitely gorgeous. It's called Time and Eternity. Definitely look it up. It's an interesting concept, and well, time will tell if if it's a concept that pays off for, like, groundbreaking reasons, or if it tried maybe a little too hard. Maybe it was overly ambitious and the game suffers from it. But from everything I see, it absolutely looks like a gorgeous RPG.
If it has a good story to back it, I will support the game fully because like that's what carries these games. That's why I play. The story. The gameplay comes second. I could have the worst gameplay in the game as long as the story's good and pulls me through it. And if it has a good story, I will buy it.
Yeah, I think this game's actually for the PlayStation 3. Which, if it never comes out, I can always import it. Yay. I'll give the PS3 credit on that. Thank God they didn't region protect it.
Smartest move they could have done.
I love them. I love them for that aspect. But yeah, like, that's pretty much all my news, I guess. So I guess that wraps up our news segment. Yay.
Pretty good.
Yay!
Techno's a bastard. Anyways, that pretty much wraps up episode 31 of the Press Start podcast. It was another great episode, guys. Thank you for being on again, Mikey.
Hey, anytime you guys need another guy, I'm down.
Yep. And
I'm
just
down.
one more time, plug where our listeners can find you at.
YouTube.com/Mikeysmonarch, all capitalized.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I also have a Twitter, and follow me on Twitter.
And they can find me on YouTube as QuickFreeze4, and that's the number 4. And I also have a Quick Freeze Facebook, kind of like a fan page. You can go there and like me. I do updates on the channel, updates on this podcast, and yeah. What about you, Dan? Where can they find you?
You can find me at youtube.com/nostalgicdan1. I also do have a Twitter, which is nostalgicdan. It's similar to Clive, but I do have a Facebook page where you can find me as Nostalgic Dan and like me on there. And I do have a live streaming page at twitch.tv/nostalgicdan. What about you, Techno? Where can our fine listeners find you?
Well, they can find me at youtube.com/MrTechnoSqueek. And I also have a Twitter, which is the same thing. So, trying to keep it all, close together. And I do have a Twitch.tv, which I'm wanting to start doing more streams and stuff, and that is also MrTechnoSqueek. It's they're all one giant word, MrTechnoSqueek. And remember the 2 E's. And that is it for me.
And for this podcast, of course, you can find it on YouTube as the Press Start Pod. You can listen to all our episodes there. We will also put a audio version in the description below the video, so you can it'll click that, it'll link it to another website where you can actually download each episode as an audio format. You could also find this podcast on the averagegamershow.com. You could either listen to it live streaming on that website, or again, you can download each episode. We also have a Twitch TV account where when we do go live, you can join us for live episodes of the Press Start podcast. We also have a Twitter account. Isn't that right, Techno?
Yes, it is, and it is Press Start Pod, all one word.
Right on. And of course, we are on iTunes. If you guys like this podcast, please go to iTunes, leave a 5-star review. We really appreciate it. It helps us out a lot. And we are on Pete's Game Room Forum, where you can go there, leave comments for each individual episodes, leave comments on the different threads there, interact with different listeners of the podcast. It should be a lot of fun. And if you guys have any future questions for the Press Start podcast, you can either leave us a comment if you're listening to it on YouTube below the video, or you can email us at pressstartpod@gmail.com, or if you're on Pete's Game Room Forum, there is a thread there for questions, so you can leave our questions there, and we will answer them for future episodes. And we do take audio questions, so if you guys want to do an audio questions, we will play them on the show and answer them.
I'm in a singing mood, guys. Isn't that
Yeah.
weird?
Yeah.
I feel like maybe we should sing something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dedicated to Cliva.
Yeah, I mean, Cliva's endeavors and taxis.
And
Yeah.
he needs to get some of those Kid Icarus cards and collect them all.
Gotta collect them all. That reminds me. What else, did we used to collect?
Pokemon!
Take it away, Techno. Lead us off.
I wanna be the
The
very
Very
best,
like
Like
no
like no
one
one
ever
ever
was.
was.
To
To
catch
catch
them is
them
my
is
real
my real
test.
test. To
To
train
train them
them
is
is
my
my cause.
cause. I
I
will
will
travel
travel
across the
across
land,
the land,
searching
searching
far and
far and
wide.
wide.
Each
Each Pokemon
Pokemon to
to
understand
understand
the
the power
power
that's
that's inside.
inside. Bow, bow, bow.
Pokemon,
it's you and me.
Me. I know
I
it's
know
my
it's my
destiny.
destiny.
Pokemon.
Pokemon,
Ooh,
Oh, you're my
you're
best
my
friend.
best friend.
in a
In the
In a
world,
world
world
we
we
must
must
defend.
defend.
Pokemon,
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 a
a
heart
heart
so
courage,
true.
true.
Our
Our
courage will
courage
pull
will
us
pull
through.
us through.
you teach me.
Teach me
And I'll
and I'll
teach you.
teach you.
Pokemon.
Pokemon, gotta
Gotta
catch
catch 'em.
'em all. Gotta catch 'em all with a Pokemon.
Explosions everywhere.
That was fucking horrible, dog.
Hey, we're going on
Unsubscribing
tour,
listeners
folks.
right now.
We're going on tour. So,
Shit.
We do request.
Cliva, follow that up next week. Challenge was laid.
Oh yeah,
The,
he
gaunt-
did sing that stupid ass song.
the gauntlet was laid.
Pony. Oh my god.
Now we gotta sing the season 2.
Now we gotta end the podcast.
I challenge the all gen gamers to do this.
We should have like a podcast sing off with all the podcasts.
Yeah,
Just back.
karaoke, son.
Here's the idea. Christmas is far away. We should get all the podcasts to do a Christmas album. where
Dude,
we
oh
where we,
my god.
we each individually we pick, like, we get to pick and all that. Each podcast has to choose to sing a popular Christmas song. That'd be epic. It's just an idea, throwing that out there.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
That would be amazing. It'd be a nice collaboration.
Techno could come in. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Beautiful.
Oh my god.
Christmas and summer. No.
Yeah.
Anyways, this episode has gone downhill with that song. So anyways, thank you guys for listening to episode 31. Everyone say bye.
Gotta catch 'em
Bye.
all.
Bye guys. I love you.
Bye.
Till
Bye.
next time.
I want to
Hugs,
kill
kisses.
myself.